Hi gang, and welcome to day 3 of 12 days of chiropractic. Yesterday we discussed mental emotional stress, and hopefully you did the gratitude exercise and had some good feelings. Today we're going to discuss biochemical stress. So biochemical stress comes in two forms, and that is an increase in toxicity, either by the foods that we consume or perhaps the air we breathe, or a deficiency in a nutritional value, so that perhaps the foods we eat don't have the goodness in them that they once did or they just never had. Now, in our society, in our Western society, we find that most people have a nutritional deficiency and an increase in toxicity as well. Because the foods that we are kind of led to believe that are good for us or that are essential, and in fact couldn't be further from the truth. So we're not going to spend too much time going through those, because there's lots of websites and things you can discuss what's good and what isn't. But essentially what we want to talk about today is, how does it make you feel? How do you feel after you eat, or how do you wake up each day? Because if you're waking up feeling tired and sluggish, or if you, after you have a meal you perhaps feel a bit sleepy, a bit tired and sluggish, then it's probably that what you're consuming is not helping you at all. And perhaps what you think is giving you energy is actually robbing you of energy. For example, when we eat breads and pastas and these type of heavy kind of carbohydrate foods, it requires the body to use a lot of energy to burn these up and to use. Less energy used for things like raw fruit and vegetables. Okay, so if you are feeling those things, we would encourage you to look at what you're eating. So, and that, as a classic sign, is feeling sluggish and feeling tired even upon waking. So our bodies, when it comes across this type of stress, just treats it as it would if it was a mental emotional stress. It doesn't discern whether it is caused by a financial burden or a relationship burden, or whether it's what we consume with our food or our lack of movement. Okay, so what we're going to find over the next period through Christmas is we're probably going to find that we tend to eat a few more rich foods than we perhaps normally would, and we perhaps have a sense of more sluggishness. And I suppose the thing I really want to encourage about the feeling tired, just because other people feel the same way, doesn't make it normal. Sorry, it may be common, but it's not normal to feel that way. So we're not here to change your eating habits right now, because let's be honest, we've got to get through Christmas, and not get through it. We want to enjoy it. We want to celebrate it, and we're going to talk about things in a later video about how we can help with your eating habits and ways for dealing with it. But one of the things you can do right now is simply this. Because we're going to have an increase in toxicity, we want to be able to flush that out. So we're going to increase our water intake. I'm not going to go into the importance of water in this video today, because that would be another whole video. But what you essentially need to understand is this: is we need to flush some of those chemicals out. We need to rehydrate ourselves, because not only when we rehydrate ourselves does it help that toxicity build up, it also stops us from overeating. Sometimes we're just really thirsty when we think we're hungry. So I would encourage you to do this. Let's say you drink 1 litre of water a day. You may drink 2. If you're drinking 1 litre of water a day, I want you to increase that by half a litre this week. Okay, so get a water bottle and make sure you're drinking at least 1.5 litres a day, and then next week add another half a litre, and the week after add another half a litre. We want to slowly build this up. To give you an example of how much water you should consume, it's basically 1 litre for every 24 kilos of body weight. So if you're around 72 kilos, that's 3 litres. If you're 96 kilos, that's 4 litres. So if you fall anywhere in between that, you want to make up the difference. So if you're halfway through 72 and 96, you want to drink 3.5 litres a day. That's optimal for you. I'm not suggesting you go and do that today. I'm suggesting that you get a bottle, that you drink 1.5 litres if you start at 1 litre, and consume that water. Good way to remember is to make sure you have your water before each meal. So have a large glass, drink a 400 or 500 ml glass of water before each meal, That way it's a reminder, and also it can help suppress perhaps how much you consume as you go forward. So that's a little bit of information about dealing with chemical stress. So consume your water, and tomorrow we're going to talk about physical stress and how to perhaps cope with that and understanding what it does to our bodies.